aan het verschijnen. Ook weer vanuit Antwerpen natuurlijk. Hè. Dus ik zie dat het initiatief van Herman eens genomen, op termijn werkt dat. Dus als je in je leven iets voorneemt te doen, dan blijkt het te werken na verloop van tijd. Dat is toch de les, hè. Een van de mensen die het, moet ik zeggen, de toorts verder voert is Erwin Vanmassenhove, de Antistresspoweet.
Goedemiddag. Ik heb een gedicht in het Engels geschreven. Dat komt omdat hier een tentoonstelling loopt. En die gaat door bij Grazina, als ik de naam juist uitspreek.
Grazina, ja?
Ja, Grazina. Over de kerk, langs deze kant. En die gaat over Poetry is a danger. Blijkt dat FBI of in elk geval intelligentiedocumenten van de Verenigde Staten, dat ze nogal wat passages poëzie schrappen als het bijvoorbeeld over Guantanamo gaat. En poëzie zou dus een gevaar kunnen zijn voor hen.
Zelfs Louis was op de dreiging.
Louis. The Coming of the Seasons, the Unfinished Poem, Part 1, Costly Shit. She was sitting there, almost falling fast asleep, ignorant of what bad dreams soon would come her way. At the other end of night, in the gutters of human delight, full of ecstasy, full of bliss, with her elbows gently to her knees, with her subtle hands swimming through her curly blonde hair. Life was tired, life was fair, life was energy, life was weary, life was drowsy. Life was light, life was in need to go home. When suddenly the unlocked toilet door opened with a brutal smack. Nowhere to get out, nowhere to run now, no way going back. Time was up. Adrenaline rushed through her veins, hit the dials and the noodles in her brains. Oh man, this is insane. This guy's gonna rape me. Her eyes flashing through the darkening clouds of demonic thoughts, she felt her naked feet sink in a billion miles into the abyss. How she jumped, she did not know. Maybe she aimed for his throat, maybe she tried to kick him in his balls. Her arms and hands striking where she could, all she really did was land in glass with her left foot. No need to tell, blood soon dripped where she tread, through the dance with dumbass cops and people with lousy jobs, who failed to understand why she freaked. Neither could see what other horror was buried in her fragile past. Like a whore, she was roughly handcuffed, then later thrown into jail. Nobody once took the time, nobody once listened to her side of the tale. Every time she begged for water, she just ended up with more bruises. So she lonely bled through the coming day, a rain of tears flooded hours on end. The jail's walls came tumbling in through the black halls and shady back doors of her radiant and magnificent soul. The sunlight blinded her when she got out. Though still in pain of the countless batterings, she could slowly laugh again. Now, 2 years later, the judges have complied, have done their jobs, all the best they could, drawing on the data being served on a platter with lovely chitter-chatter over twisted facts and presumed acts, swearing to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. So did this female cop really need this HIV-liberating cocktail, this AIDS bomb? Oh yes, sir. The trap was set and she could now hear its door coming down with a click. The honorable judge's verdict: I sentence you to a fine of 16,000 euro and a couple of months on probation for disturbing the public order and endangering the life of a public officer. Part 2. Happy middle class. Happy middle class bullshit lives filled with everyday's boring complaints, never ever trying to find any solution for themselves nor for their Prozac nation, never ever touching life's wonderful chemistry, just raiding and neglecting the countless invitations of magic and wonder of beautiful coincidence and friendly encounters, washing all the beauty away, flushing it all into an alarming depression of endless hours hooked to the cable, shooting fortune and fitness programs, as always getting their all-time emotional high on Big Brother. The slideshow is never ending. Politicians and folks pray for the victims. The war just doesn't seem to stop. Neither does their numbness. Safely insured with good education for the kids, with steady jobs and timely arrivals, the captains of the casino set out the rules of engagement. Always walk in line, only speak when spoken to, push the red button only at command, do as you're told, or miss the boat, and all of this fairy tale's lovely gold. Strung on heaven's high, they obey their unhealthy preachers and all the icons and the heroes they're being sold. Part 3. The Crisis Blender. Now they've lost their jobs and their home, never seen the jail from the inside, yet this time it may come. Payments can no longer be made, former friends always seem to be delayed. What else than become squatters now? What else than the crack of light within coming through full force? The dawning of a new age with friendly neighbors and plenty of time to feel the free rays of the sun, to jump around full of joy without a dime to spend, but to gaze with amazement at life's eternal beauty. And then the last part, end of the debate. They try to registrate us everywhere we go, never reaching our inner dwellings and worlds. They gather information in frustration. They pile and stack and rack it up until they get choked by some leakage in the press. So it's our job to teach, with playful words and touching talk, the ears that are willing to hear, to share our knowledge with one another, to show what freedom very well may be, a universe filled with possibility.
Dankjewel Erwin Vanmassenhove. Echt ongelooflijk hè, dat iemand hier komt. En hij zei mij toen hij aankwam in Amsterdam van ja, ik heb niks bij me. Behalve dan dat boek met wit papier. En geïnspireerd door de titel Poetry is Dangerous komt hij dan met zo'n enorme lap tekst. Ik vind het knap, Erwin, een echte dichter. Want als dichter leef je alleen maar als je elke dag een gedicht blijft maken. Daarna ben je weer geen dichter. Dat is het verschrikkelijke van dichter zijn. Dat het ophoudt op het moment dat het dichter afgelopen is. Dus ja, dat maakt het ook heel moeilijk te zeggen dat je dichter bent. Fabiola is degene.